Auburn, Tuberville era over. Gene Chizik, former defensive coordinator who led those great defenses when Auburn was in the Sugar Bowl against VT, and they were complaining about not being one. USC was number one. Auburn ended up number two. Tuberville comes to an end, 5-7 last year. 15 returning starters for Chizik, Cody Burns, quarterback, option quarterback. He's there as a sophomore. Two good running backs, Ben Tate and Mario Fannin. Montez Billings, their wide receiver. And they got Lee Ziemba, who's a notable left tackle.
Good thing Chizik has going for him is a veteran offensive line and two good running backs. That shows you the blueprint right there that they're going to try to run the football and own the time of possession. They have an active quarterback back there that can run the option, run around a little bit. But that's the blueprint for these guys. Run the ball, play good defense.
3 returning offensive linemen return. Ryan Pugh, their center, is also back. Should be very interesting. Let's talk about...
They have to find a quarterback, though. The last two guys, Cody Burns and Chris Todd, combined for 7 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. If they don't solve their quarterback issue, team's just going to load the box up and play run defense against Auburn.
It was a mess last year. They're changing offenses in the middle of the year. Then they had that big lead against West Virginia in Morgantown. West Virginia comes back, and it all came to a bad ending for Tuberville. Let's see what the former defensive coordinator of Auburn, he was Iowa State's coach, didn't have too much success there. He's a new coach at Auburn. They maybe should have went after the guy from Buffalo.
Yeah,
that would have been an interesting fit right there.
Yeah, Turner Gill is a real good coach. He'll have Buffalo consistently at the top in the MAC.
3 defensive linemen return. I love this guy, Antonio Coleman, who's raising his stock every day. He's a great defensive end. He's kind of a hybrid. He reminds me of a former defensive end who came out, Quentin Groves.
One thing I like about Coleman, 6 sacks, he can get to the quarterback. And as always, there's always talent on the Auburn defense. So and with Chizik coming back, look for that unit to improve. Defensive line, linebacker, secondary. I like Auburn's defense.
Zach Etheridge, your free safety to look out for. At a conference, they play West Virginia, but they have a brutal away schedule. They're at Tennessee, at Arkansas, at LSU, at Georgia, and they host Mississippi and Alabama. They avoid Florida. They host West Virginia. That's brutal.
One thing they have, though, in their favor is manageable September. They have a real easy schedule in September. They can get past that. They can get on the roll, make a run or two, and confidence builds up. And you look at, they have a lot of incoming true freshmen coming, especially on the offensive side of the ball. If they want to infuse a lot of young talent, those early games in the early part of the season would be the best time to do it. They have, you have a quarterback in Tyreek Robinson, wide receiver Emory Blake coming in. You have tight end Philip Lutzenkirchen. All those guys should help the offense. And the best time to get those freshmen feet wet would be the first couple of games of the season.
War Eagles. Are they growing impatient? You need to win one bad year and everybody goes nuts. It should be interesting. Maybe they'll have a little more patience in War Eagle country. Mississippi State, another new coach. Sylvester Croom era is over. Dan Mullen, former offensive coordinator of Florida. This is Tim Tebow's almost one of his best friends. They bring back 10 starters. Tyson Lee, the senior, probably the most notable offensive player. The running back who was getting hyped last year, Anthony Dixon.
That's a big back. He's 6'1", 240. He's a pounder. He gives defensive coordinators nightmares because a lot of the defensive players on the opposing team don't want to tackle this guy. He doesn't have the speed, but he does have the power and balance to make it in the SEC.
Les Kenning, former Texas A&M offensive coordinator, is now in Mississippi State, and they got a true freshman in Ty Russell.
Look for Ty Russell to get a look-see as the quarterback this season because they lost Wesley Carroll. He transferred. So I like Tyler Russell. I think he's going to come in and end up being a starter. Maybe not week 1, but look around October, mid-October, late November, early November, when the season is out of reach for Mississippi State. He's going to get a lot of impressive looks, and he's going to do well.
Pernell McPhee, the defensive lineman, and Chris White, the linebacker, head that defense.
That defense collapsed late last season, and I'm used to seeing a good Mississippi State defense year in, year out, but they've taken a step back, so hopefully they can get it going. New coaching staff, new enthusiasm, new outlook, new scheme. Let's just hope they get that stuff rolling back there, because I remember the Dog Day defense and it was a good time when in Mississippi State and Starkville when that defense was rolling.
Well, they played Georgia Tech out of conference where the Yellow Jackets spanked them, but the last 5 weeks of the seasons, they got Florida, Alabama, and Ole Miss.
Well, you look at, they have a tough schedule, and they're going to need that linebacker, Jamar Chaney, to step up and make some more plays. He's already the best linebacker, and I like the safety, Charles Mitchell. He started as a true freshman. That's impressive. You know, to start as a true freshman in the secondary in the SEC. Any good thing Mississippi State had last year, they're going to need that times 50 this season with a new coaching staff. And with that schedule, it's going to be tough.